Hello, welcome to my channel. And today we'll be looking at how we can organize classes, organize lectures using the Zoom desktop app. Don't forget, please, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Just click the button below. So using the Zoom app, we have to use Zoom desktop. I'm on my laptop, so we just need to first of all download the Zoom app. If you've gotten it, no problem. Just go to zoom.us. So while it goes there to get the Zoom app, you click on resources. So once you click on resources, it takes you, you click on the download Zoom client. So it takes you to where you can download Zoom clients for meetings. So you click on the download. It's free to download. So I've already downloaded it. We've downloaded it for this video. So it's downloaded already and you install. I've installed it already. So I just need to go to my desktop and open my Zoom app for desktop. While it's loading, be it the first time I'm opening it, it will tell me to join a meeting or sign in. And I'm going to be creating the meeting. I'm going to be holding classes. So I don't need to join any meeting. I'll be the one signing up. So I sign in. I'm going to sign in with my Gmail account, with my Google account. So it's taking me to my Google account where I can sign in from using this to sign up, sign in, sorry. So with that, boom, it's connecting already and it's connected to Google. So boom, this is our Zoom desktop. We've signed in already, showing that we've signed in. And we have the new meeting, join, schedule, and share screen. Now the schedule has to do with when you click in the schedule means, okay, you want to schedule a meeting, I want to hold a meeting, okay, Zoom meeting, or let me say with your champions classes on the forensic. So forensic. I love forensic very well. So, okay, I am going to be holding it on 12th of May, on Tuesday, 12th of May, time and the rest. And so I can do this. Yes, I can do this. And the password, it's going to generate a password for that. It's randomly generates password. And I can schedule. But I'm not going to schedule the meeting 12th of May. I'm live already and we need to do this. So I don't need, I'm going to cancel it. I'm going straight to new meeting. So oh, this is me already. So I've already created the meeting, it's connecting already, and here my meeting is on. So with that, I can now like okay, I can start off meeting. But you can hold classes just you alone. So I'm gonna be invited. I'm gonna be okay. Go and join my class. I need to class is holding now, ongoing class. So I need to click on participant. I'm just the only one here. So I have to click on invite, click on invite. So it's going to tell you, do you want to invite through contact, do you want to invite through email. So if you don't want to do that, so you can just copy. I want to share this link using my social media. I want to share it using my WhatsApp, my Telegram platform, everything. So you can do that. So I just come to copy invitation. So it will tell you it's copied to my clipboard. So I want to share that now. This link used. I want to invite somebody using my WhatsApp platform. So I'm going to invite myself. So here's my number. So I'm going to invite myself. My other number. So it's just going to say paste. Go and paste it. Don't forget, if you're not too sure, you come back again and copy and paste. So it has given me my meeting ID and password. You can see the password here, meeting password is just the same thing. So I'm just going to tell them that it's a ongoing ongoing class. Hopefully we're going to be holding a class on print analysis. So with that again, okay, the first, okay, now I'm sending it. Okay, what's this link for? Okay, it's an ongoing class for fingerprint analysis, and I send. So with that, it has gone. So the person from the other end will receive it and okay, and will want to join. So I don't need this, okay? So the person from the other end will want to like, okay, it's an ongoing class, so person has to have a Zoom account open. I'm doing it here. I'm going to join myself here. So I'm already on the Zoom app. So you can see it. I'm already on the Zoom app. So I'm joining a meeting down here. So because I've already sent the meeting ID, all the person needs to do is copy and paste. Copy and paste. So I'm going to be joining here. I'm going to copy the meeting ID. Just go and copy. I'm going to paste it where it's requesting me to put meeting ID. So I click on join. I'm going to be joining as a student. So it will ask me for password. So it has asked me for the meeting password. So I still come down here, the meeting password, it's here already. I copy it, I go back here, then what? I paste it. So once I've pasted it, I click OK. So now it asks me, should I join with video or without video? I want to join with video so you guys can see that, okay, we have different participants on the group already on the meeting. So if I've clicked, so it's now it's telling me one participant is waiting. It's telling me should I student is one person is waiting. Should I admit the person or should I just remove the person? So because I want to to admit, so I click on admit. So immediately I don't need this already. This one can close. So immediately I click on admit. So it's now two. So you can see students. So you can see me here. So I'm seeing my students. So this my students, so students connecting, and this is me. So this is my student, and this is me. So with that, we've been able to invite somebody. So that's how to invite people to join your classes on on Zoom. So after then, what we do is now I have to give the lecture. I have to teach people. So one thing about that is you share your screen. You share your screen. You can actually teach like this, just be talking, it's a meeting, or you can actually share your screen with that. So for me, one thing I love is I love since I'm going to be giving a lecture, I love putting my lectures on I love putting my lectures so you share your screen. I love putting my lectures on PowerPoint slide. So I'm going to go to the desktop. Don't forget I'm sharing my screen. So once you click, you can see screen sharing is paused. So I'm going to open my lecture. I'm going to be teaching on um, lecture on fingerprints. So I'm going to open it. Yeah, this is my PowerPoint. It's nice when you arrange your lectures in PowerPoint because you just have to go from one end to another. If you want to do the normal life, you can do that. So screen is paused. While I'm opening this, the other person at the other end can't see what I'm doing. So until I click on your screen is paused, I can say resume share. So immediately I click on resume share, showing me that. So the person sees this. So I don't want, but I want to create a new one so you can see what I am on. You can see, you click on new share, you come down here. This is where I am already. I didn't open it. If you had opened it before now, so now you can actually see the individual can actually see what's happening on the screen. So if you look at, let me show you now. So you can see that so this is my student now. So you can see that everything on my screen is showing down here. So I want the lectures to be bold. I want it to zoom out. So now it's okay. So this one should come down here. It's looking at a lot of stuff. So you can see, so once it's here, so you can see on the screen, it's totally there. You see it's totally open and you can see everything there. So the person can actually connect, my student can actually connect to me and see what I want them to see. That's the lecture. So we're going to be talking about lecture on fingerprints analysis. The reason why I actually want to give this lecture is because I want to actually help us understand that we can give this lecture and annotates using annotates, we can be able to Zoom has been able to okay, you can be able to describe, you can see your emotion, you can be able to pinpoint what you want them to see and everything. So lecture on fingerprints, I think we should that's our lecture. So lecture on fingerprint analysis. So with that, we'll be going through some outline. So our outline will be running on introduction to fingerprints, principle of fingerprint analysis. So with this, I can now go. Okay, they don't even know where I am. This one is too small. I can go to my annotate and click on annotate. I want to spotlight something. So with this, I can now like okay, see where I am now. This is where I am. You see, this is where I am now. Introduction to fingerprints. I can say, okay, so how to collect fingerprints, analysis. These are the outline we are going to be running, but we are not going to run all through this today. We'll be holding another lecture on fingerprint analysis. So just subscribe, click on subscribe, and once it's out, don't forget to click on the notification button so you can be able to follow the lectures. So with that, with my annotate, I can like, okay, yes, this is it. So you can close it. And our next slide. So with our next slide, this our next slide. So now we're going to introduction. So it's beautiful. Fingerprint is the impression of the friction ridges on finger of a human. So if we all look at our fingers, we have those ridges going running across our fingers. So it's actually what we call fingerprints. Those are friction ridges. So it is the impression this thing makes when we touch different surfaces. We get different. And for fingerprint analysis, we should know that the reason why we do this in forensic and the reason why we conduct fingerprint analysis is that no two, it's unique. It can be used for different things. No two individuals have the same fingerprint. So you might have the same fingerprint pattern, but it's distinctive to it's unique to every individual. Even identical twin, you hear identical twin having the same DNA, they look alike, but their fingerprint it's actually different. So it's beautiful. So that's why we use it for different things. We use it for mass disaster. We use it for mass disaster. Sorry, we use it for mass disaster education for criminal situation. So when we have that, we can be able to conduct analysis. So fusion ridge is the raised portion of the epidermis of the palm and the foot. You can find that in the foot and the palm. So we're just going to run through this. So our next slide. So now with this we have to go to the principles of fingerprint analysis. And fingerprint analysis, it's bent on different principles. So it's fingerprint, it's divided into three. We have the loop, we have the arch, and we have the whole pattern. So I'm going to use my annotate so that you can see what I'm talking about. First of all, I'm going to erase this. Okay, so I'm going to take out that. So I'm going to spotlight this. So I can use any of this. So we have the loop, yeah, we have the arch and we have the bold pattern. So you can see, so I can decide to, okay, I don't want to use this. I want to use it. So with this loop here, it says, so this is loop, the arch, this is arch, and the wall pattern, this is the wall example of the wall pattern. So I'm going to erase this. I don't want to see this. So this is the principles of fingerprints. You must have in mind that we have three classification. Broad it's just classified broadly into three: the arch and the lobe and the word pattern. You can put it into an acronym LAW LAW. So our next slide. So with that, you can our next slide, the loop pattern. The loop pattern it's very unique. It's let me tell you, it's very unique, and research has shown that it's the most populous pattern among other fingerprint pattern. So I think if it's about 60 to 40 to 62% of individuals have this loop pattern. And if you check, I think you that's watching this video, look at your fingerprint, you can see there's possibility, every possibility because it's common that you have the loop pattern in your hands. So in your finger, in your hands. So the one thing about the loop pattern is that it must have a ridge entering from one side of the print and recurving and exiting on the same side. So for you guys to understand what I'm talking about, don't forget you annotate. So your that so I want to do a drawing. It's just on normal. So if you look at this, it will go. Sorry, I don't need this. Um, so the wood pattern runs like this. I see the pattern, like you can see it. From where it starts from, it runs through, recurve, and goes through the same part. So I want to erase so that we can see. So I'm erasing. So from where it starts from, it runs through and curves and leaves. So that's one sweet thing about the loop pattern. So the loop pattern have is classified into two. We have the owner loop and we have the radial loop. Its classification is based on the direction this recurving, its pointing, its facing. On it, the ulnar and the radial, for those persons who don't know, it's two bones that are located in your forearms. These are the bones that makes up your forearm. Now the ulnar and the radial bone. So if it's pointing towards the ulnar bone, it's called the ulnar loop. If it's pointing towards the radial bone, it's called the radial loop. But if you're finding it difficult to know, okay, which one is ulnar bone, which one is ulnar bone, which one is radial. Now we can look at it. If this loop and opens towards the little finger, so if it's recurving towards the little finger, that's the pinky finger, it is called the ulnar loop. So that's where your ulnar, that's the direction where your ulnar bone is. It's located there. Then if it's pointing towards your pinky, if it's pointing towards your pinky, it's what? It's the ulnar. But if it's pointing towards your thumb, it's called the radial loop. I hope we understand that. So with that, we will now talk about the plane arch. The arch it's divided into two. It's called the plane arch and the tainted arch. Now, the arch, like it's on like different. Let's go back to the honor loop. We didn't conclude on something. Now, first of all, the honor loop has something we call the delta. It has just one delta. I'm going to be using this. It has this delta. The honor loop has just one delta. So if it has more than two delta, it's not called. So the loop has delta. If it has more than two delta, it's no longer called honor radial loop. It's called something else. So every loop has what? Every loop has one delta. So don't forget that. This is very, very, very important. So for the next slide, please. I'm going to erase this. I don't need. So for um, next slide. So for the arch. So I don't need this. So I'm going to erase it. So I can erase. So that's one beautiful thing. You can illustrate using the zoom app. So with the arch, we have the plain arch and we have the tainted arch. I don't need this also. So the plain arch, it runs the one characteristic about the arch is that the ridge runs from one end. Let me use this. Okay, let me use this. It runs from one end. Are we saying it? Where it comes from and goes from one end, and that's it. That's one characteristic about the arch. It's unlike the loop that goes. It comes from one end and goes from the same end it came from, but this one is actually different. The loop comes like this and goes. You get it? So this is how the loop goes. But the arch, it's kind of different. Just runs straight down. So that's it. So in the arch, we have two type. I don't need all this. I don't need all this. In the arch, we have two type. Um, we have we have the plain arch and we have the tainted arch. Plain arch runs straight. It doesn't. It just runs straight. But the tainted arch peaks more like a tent. That's why it's from the name tent. It's more like a tent. So it peaks. I'm going to use this. So once it's running down from one end, it goes up, peaks, comes down, and go. Then goes up, peaks, come down, and so that's one thing about the arch. So the plain arch goes more like not straight line but normal. But the tented arch peaks and comes down, peaks, comes down, peaks and come down. So that's one thing about the tented arch. And one characteristic about the arch is that they don't have data. They don't have data and they don't have calls. They don't have data and they don't have calls. So we that they don't have data and they don't have calls. Oh, so so they don't have data and they don't have code. So, sorry for that mistake. So that's one thing about the plain arch. And now we move over to the wall pattern. The wall pattern, we have three different types of pattern. We have the four type of wall pattern. We have the plain wall. We have the central pocket loop wall, double loop wall, accidental wall. We are not really going to. I just told you it's going to be a mini lecture. It's not going to be a full lecture. So with that, you can be able to understand that we can use the Zoom app. Then finally, before we end this lecture, we'll be talking about different words when you're using fingerprint analysis. So these are rich, these are like a fingerprint. So these things are very important when you want to analyze fingerprint. We have the crossover. So I'm going to be using this. Sorry, the lecture is just for us to be able to understand how to use this, annotate also. So we have this. So we have a sorry. So we have a crossover. This is where two fingerprints actually run across. You can see we have a crossover. We have a core, which is the inner portion of a ridge. So we have we have a core. This is the core. We have the delta, more like a meeting point where three ridges runs across. And don't forget, like I said, the loop has delta. Yes, the tented and the plain arch don't. Loop has just one delta. The the other one, the wall, I think describe the wall pattern have two delta. That's one distinctive about them. So we have what? We have the delta, we have the pore, we have so I want us to see this. We have island, see an island. So these things are very important. You can look at this is an island. We all know when an island is standing in the middle of a lot of fingerprints, just on its own. It's just there, just more like a dot. It's a lot of finger ridges running across it. So we have please don't forget all these things are very important in fingerprint analysis when you are comparing two different fingerprints. So we we have the bifurcation. Bifurcation is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's unique. It's location. Their location is very important. Like this bifurcation now, it's located here. So when it's called bifurcation because a ridge is dividing into two parts. When it's dividing into three different parts, it's called trifurcation. So bifurcation is divided into two parts. Trifurcation is divided. So the location of all these points, it's very important in fingerprint analysis because I'm getting two finger. I'm comparing numerous fingerprints now. I'm having my control, which is from the crime scene. I have an evidence already from the crime scene, and I have different suspects. So the location, a suspect may have um, loop pattern. All of them may have loop pattern as their fingerprint, principles of fingerprint, as their fingerprint pattern. But okay, I cannot just say, okay, because, oh, let me say only one person have loop pattern, two persons, and I say, okay, this person is no. No. It's yes, it helps streamline my search. It helps streamline my analysis. Now with that, I can now be looking at, okay, to where is the location of this bifurcation? Where's the location of this island? Does this person have island or he doesn't have island? Now this is a crossover. You can be able to compare it between these two fingerprints. In analysis, these are very important. I should be able to get 15 minimum 12 to 15 points to be able to say, to know this thing. Okay, this fingerprint is actually for this person, or this fingerprint, no, it's not for this individual, it's for this I'm not supposed to go deep into this lecture, but hope you understand. So with that, we can be able to do that. And okay, fingerprint reach count is also very important. Reach count is, it's also, you do reach count from this delta, from the core to the delta. So when you're holding a reach count, I just want to, okay, let me say I'm selecting. So I want to do a reach count. So let me say from this core. Now this is a core. I mean, identify your core. You go straight to the delta. So every reach that falls across this line, use a spotlight. Every ridge that falls from this place to this place, I count it. It's a ridge count. It's useful in my fingerprint analysis. We're going deep, but hope you understand how fingerprint analysis work. But this is just an introduction, and it's not really the main course. So with that, I can tell you, okay, this how many reads are here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can be able to compare it with the evidence, fingerprint evidence I get from a crime scene. And with that, so thank you for listening to my lecture. So with that, you can be able to hold lectures. We can actually move this. Don't forget, we know how to do that. And while I'm doing that, don't forget, my audience are looking at me down here. So everything I do, if I scroll, it changes also in the background. So if I scroll, I change. If you notice, it's changing also in the background. Get it? So can be able to do that. I don't know this. So let me erase. You can play around with it and understand it. So with this, I believe you've been able to learn how to use Zoom to teach lecture. Don't forget to click on the button, subscribe, and like the video. And thank you very much for listening and watching my video. Hope to see you next time when we upload. Don't forget to click on the notification, subscribe, and like this video. Thank you very oh thank you very much. Sorry. I did not actually close. So let me go back. Um my Zoom is still functional, so I have to let it back. So thank you very much, and let me end